There's a big difference between investing and saving money. The government, the media, the banks, and the pharmaceutical companies, four of them, they love each other. They're like brother, sister, cousins, they're one family. Save your money, save up, stock up your cash. And then when the right opportunity presents itself, then you could invest to build wealth. I want you to pay off your mortgage. I do. I want you to pay it off. But what if I could show you how to pay it off in less than 9 years?
And you're welcome back to another episode of Unshelved Dreams. And today I have the most amazing, excellent wealth strategist in the house. So if you're looking to make money, like if you're looking to get wealthy and you want to get into this whole conversation about financial freedom, this is your man. So today I am so thrilled to welcome Mr. Douglas Eze, founder and CEO of Largo Financial Services. Now, Mr. Douglas, he is a wealth strategist with over 20 years of experience helping individuals to build, protect, and transfer generational wealth. He is also the author of Creating Generational Wealth and his latest book, Preserving Generational Wealth. I have read both. Then he is also recognized among the top 100 financial advisors by the IARFC. Mr. Douglas Eze is also known for his Your Family Bank approach, helping people eliminate debt and also secure financial freedom. So, Mr. Douglas,
yes, ma'am.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. How you doing?
I am over the moon, just merely sitting down talking to you, because what you share, what you try to teach people is just really mind-blowing, right? I have been chasing this man all along, like, Mr. Doug, can we get you to sit down? Come and share some of those goodies with our Nigerian community, our African community, so that we can actually get into this game, because we just hear financial freedom. But a lot of people don't know how to go about it. So today, Mr. Doug is going to be really giving us all those games, like Americans say it. They say the game, right? You're going to give us the playbook on how to become financially free. So thank you so much for coming to share with us today.
Definitely. So, thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Sounds good.
So awesome. Can you just tell people, I did the bit of introduction. Can you just tell people like the resource, the amazing resource that you are to our community?
No, for me, I've been in the financial service space for over 25 years.
Yeah.
And what I found is so many people are getting the wrong information. Mm-hmm. And when I got into the financial service industry, I went and got all my licenses like I was told to get it.
Absolutely.
But I always have questions about wealthy families. How are the wealthy in America able to keep wealth forevermore? Mm-hmm. And that's I ask questions. I ask people around me, all my peers and my managers. Mm-hmm. And I realized quickly, they're just giving me the same recycled information. Mm-hmm. Telling me it's old money. I'm like, wait a minute, old money runs out. There's no such thing. You're going to run out of money eventually. Because we have a lot of folks that are wealthy that we know, but once they die, the wealth dies with them. But the wealth in America, it seems like when they die, the wealth
keeps growing.
Yeah, grows crazy.
Yeah.
So I say, you know what? I'm going to stop listening to all these people. Mm-hmm. I'm going to stop, trying to figure out something that is not working. Let me step outside the box and research wealthy families. Mm-hmm. And then I said, let me rewind fast and see these 401k plans that they told me to sell. Because that's what I was offering to clients, and IRAs, all these things. So I said, let me understand the history. So I went back and I realized 401k is not that old. It was only introduced in 1980. 1980. I'm like, wait a minute, 1980? So what was before 401k? Pensions. I said, so why the government introduced 401k and they got rid of the pension plans? I said, oh, I get it. Whoever controls the money controls everything.
That's right.
And the government also put a cap on how much you contribute in a 401k.
Wow.
So there's a limit. I'm like, So that got me curious. Yeah.
Wow. From this brief introduction, you can already see that we have a passionate man, an extremely passionate man here, and we have a lot of good stuff for you here today. But before we even go further, you keep talking about 401k and all those things. I'm sure some people, they probably don't even know like the depth of it. Can we just briefly just tell us, okay, what is 401k and what's that noise about?
So 401k is a garage. That's the way I describe it. It's a garage. It's empty. There's nothing in it. It's just a garage that the government has a key. And then they say, listen, you want to save for retirement? You could bring your retirement vehicle, which is a mutual fund stocks, into this garage. And we're going to protect it for you.
They have the keys to your
They have the keys to the garage, so they're going to protect the money for you. And for now, you don't have to pay us anything to park your car in this garage. Just go ahead and go enjoy the show. When you come back,
Have fun.
we'll tell you how much the bill is.
Exactly.
So everybody parks their money in the garage. Why? Because they don't want to pay taxes today. They say, I don't want to pay taxes. But the question they never ask is, what is your tax bracket going to be when you retire in the future?
Wow.
One thing I used to tell my clients back then when I was, in the blind, I was one of the blind people leading the blind. That's what's happening in America. The blind leading the blind.
Yeah.
I used to tell my clients, well, when you retire, you're not going to have any debt. And you don't, your income is going to be low, so you'll be in a lower tax bracket. So one day I was sleeping in my house. I was just sleeping, and then the thought hit me. I'm like, wait a minute, Douglas. What are you telling your clients? That when they retire, they're going to be broke?
Lower tax bracket?
Because a lower tax bracket means you're broke. I'm like, interesting.
Something is wrong
Something
somewhere.
is wrong with this picture. I should stop telling that to my clients because I want them to have a lot of money at retirement, but just pay less taxes. See, that's the difference. Just like the wealthy people, they have a lot of money. But they pay less taxes. Right. So I want to have the same for my clients. So we have to start looking at different places to park the money. Not in a place where I need to know what the fee is going to be.
Yeah.
If I'm going to put my money or my car in a garage, you need to tell me how much the fee is going to be when I take it out. I don't want to wait and find out later that I'm going to be paying high fee. I don't want that.
That is serious.
Yeah.
Right. So before I even go further, let me first appreciate you for allowing us to film in your beautiful studio.
Oh,
so you guys, this is not our usual studio. We hope to make more money so we can have this someday.
Hey, you could rent the studio.
Yeah.
If you want.
Okay.
Everything's for rent, man.
Absolutely. It's beautiful. We make money with our assets, right?
Hey, you have to.
That's part of financial freedom.
If you ain't making, listen, it's a studio just sitting here. You could come and rent it for your podcast.
Absolutely.
We'll turn it on for
Thank you. So, Mr. Douglas, you've been able to build this excellent career of helping people create and preserve their wealth, right? Because I see in the office, testimonials of your clients and all that. So I know you've done that. So can you share with us some of the most common misconceptions about building wealth that people have, especially our minority community, the African community? What are some misconceptions around that?
Ooh, that's a good question.
I got you.
I see.
I'm here to suck out all the juice. So give it to us, man.
So the misconception is that they can't do it. People feel, this building wealth is so difficult.
Yeah.
And yes, everything in life is difficult, but if one person can do it, another can do it too. It's all about understanding first, where you're getting your knowledge from. A lot of people are picking to choose their knowledge from the wrong place. Like I said earlier, the blind leading the blind.
Yeah.
So for me, what I decided to do was stop being blind because I was sick and tired of doing the same thing. So I had to, first of all, understand the country that I'm in. Because once you understand the country that you're in, now you need to understand the rules for the country. Then you gotta look at who's controlling the money.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked and I found out the financial institutions control a lot of money in this country.
Mm-hmm.
And then I said, okay, financial institutions, let's break that down. And then there's the insurance institution. Woo! When I realized how much money the insurance industry in America, especially the life insurance industry, how much power they have. I'm like, why do they have so much power? The lobbying group. The lobbying. They have the largest lobbyists in the country.
Wow.
And they control a lot of wealth. And guess what? The lobbyists, I mean, I know all of you think all these, politicians are the ones passing the laws. It's the lobbyists that make the law. The cigarette companies have lobbying. Every institution have a lobbying group. If you don't have one, it's unfortunate.
So is the lobbying group, is it the same as unions? I mean, because
no, it's not.
Honestly, I don't know.
No, unions is different. Unions are for people that, have, and not every company offer, have unions. But a lot of organizations have the unions. That's different. But this is, we could say unions on steroids.
Okay. So lobbies are like the
at the top. But they create situations. For example, one of my clients was a cigarette lobbyist, for one of the cigarette companies. They go lobby and make sure the laws are passed to favor them.
Okay.
See, so same thing with insurance companies and all that good stuff. It goes deeper. We don't want to spend all day with that, but that's why I park my money in insurance, because they've already created situations that allow people to be able to park their money in life insurance and don't have to pay taxes.
Okay.
Don't have to worry about somebody snatching your money from you.
Yeah.
Life insurance don't show up in divorce court.
Exactly. Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
Tax liens, none of that.
Wow, that's good. So what I just hear is that lobbyists are just really this backbone behind all this.
You want me to give you the big name for lobby, the real name?
Give us. Give it to us.
There was, how in Africa,
they
call it bribery. Lobby is a legal way, bribery.
Okay. All right then. So
it's the legal bribery in America. Yes, wow. Everything, Africans call it bribe.
Yeah.
But they don't have a group. Right. They don't have a lobbying group. they do it under the table. Yeah, wow. They do it legally. They sit down and they do it.
Legal robbery, basically.
Yes, and it's law. They have a lobbying group.
Wow. I mean, that's why you need to get, because I tell people all the time that when you're in a new place, information will either make you or break you. So always find people that have the right information that can actually guide you, not the blind leading the blind situation that we have everywhere in America. So in your book, I talked the other time that you had like 2 books, Creating Generational Wealth. You discussed about the importance of financial literacy, which is essentially one of the reasons why we're here today. So what are the very first steps that the person needs to take if they're starting from zero? Like, I ain't got nothing, I'm just starting from zero, or maybe a new immigrant who just got into America. What are the 1, 2, 3 steps that they need to take in terms of this financial literacy and financial education?
Yeah. Great. First thing first is understand the credit system of the country you're in. If you're an immigrant in countries, you're coming into America, you're an immigrant, you've gotten your green card, welcome to America, they love you, good. So now you need to understand the laws and the rules of America. You need to understand the credit system. Don't say, I'm from We Pay Cash. No, don't say that. Credit is key in America. Understand that. And then understand the power of cash. Saving money. Because one thing about the banking system, they want to see if you're a responsible person. And, thirdly, start saving a lot of money, putting money away. And then start educating yourself about finance.
Yeah.
Because you're going to make money, right? If you're going to make money with your job, whatever you're doing, you need to understand what is going to happen to my money after I make it.
Yeah.
Right? Because you got to understand that. And then now, start looking at the value, your value, before you go buy that house. Because I know the next thing you're going to want is, I need to buy a house, the American dream. Because you listen to the media telling you to go buy a house. It's the American dream. Don't do it. Don't stress yourself. Be patient. There's always going to be opportunity to buy a house. always going to be an opportunity.
Yeah.
The most important thing is somewhere you're living. As long as you're not living on the street, you're not sleeping in your car like I did.
Yeah.
I was sleeping in my car for some time. You know, once you start, you could rent a place, you know, save your money, save up, stock up your cash.
Yeah.
And then when the right opportunity presents itself, then you could invest to build wealth.
Yeah.
But understand this, there's a big difference between investing and saving money. Investing, don't get carried away with because you heard somebody say Bitcoin or stocks. Be patient. Unfortunately, human beings, we're not patient. We want that. We want it right now. Be patient. There's always going to be an opportunity to buy low and sell high. I don't care how anybody make it sound. I could go buy. You could start making money. You could start being an Amazon whatever reseller. You know, and buy something for a low price, sell it at a high price, and you win.
Awesome, that's good. So I heard you say something the other time about saving money and knowing how to save your money and all, and it's going to just lead me into my next question. So when I first started my journey into financial education and literacy, I keep hearing people say all the time, oh, pay yourself first, pay yourself first. And I'm always like, okay, pay myself. How do I pay myself first? Where do I put the money? What do I do with it? And it now takes me back to your second book, which is, can you see this man? He started with creating generational wealth. Like, okay, let me show you something. This is how you create it. Then he now has a second book titled Preserving, and you guys need to buy those two books, by the way. Preserving Generational Wealth, right? It's taught you how to create it, then now it led you into how to preserve it. And it takes me back to the question on saving. And in that book, you listed like 14 garages. He calls them how to park your money. Where are you parking your money? So he called it like, I think about 12 or 14 of them, 14 garages for money. So can you just, what's that about? Just tell people, okay, when you hear pay yourself first, then you're thinking about your garage. Then you want to tell us, okay, what is the best garage for that?
So when you're looking to a place to park your money, there's 5 things you should look for in that garage. This is the 5 things you should do. I call the 5 C's. All right. The first one is compounding interest. Now, everybody talks about compounding interest. We hear so much on social media. Compounding interest, invest in the stock market. Stock market is not compounding interest. Let's clean that up. The stock market is speculation.
Yeah.
Because you're investing. When you invest, that's not compounding interest.
Yeah.
You take your time. So that's one. So compounding interest. Uninterrupted compounding interest. Meaning, when I'm making money, so let's break down compounding, right? If I save $100 and I make 10% interest rate, that means $100 plus 10%. Now, the next year, it's now 110. I make 10% again. That's 10% on $110, right? So that's compound interest. It's compounding over time and you'll win. Now, uninterrupted means if I need to use the money for emergency, what happens? A lot of times you go take the $100 out of the amount. Now, guess how much you got? Zero.
Zero.
So that's, you just interrupted the compound interest.
Yeah.
All right. So uninterrupted meaning I'm going to let my $100 continue to compound without me interrupting it. So the second C is collateral.
Wow. Okay.
Collateral capacity. Now I want to put my money in a garage that allows me to use my $100 as collateral to borrow money, to go do what I need to do, to go buy a car, to buy a house, or to invest in a business without me interrupting the compounding. So now it's collateral capacity, meaning the bigger the collateral, the more opportunity I have to make money. Make sense? So that's the second C. So we got compound interest, we got collateral capacity. The third one is control. I want to be in control of my money.
Yeah.
Because you gotta control your money. I don't want somebody else controlling my money. Right?
Absolutely.
So I want to be in control of my money.
Yes.
So that's the third C. The fourth C is cost. Opportunity cost. Meaning, if I want to spend this dollar, the first question I want to ask myself, and I do this with myself all the time, because I gotta control my money.
Exactly.
I'm Igbo. So
he's an Igbo man.
So I'm saying, wait a minute. If I take this $1 and I spend it, how much will the dollar be worth in the future?
Absolutely.
In fact, let me just use somebody else's money than use my dollar.
Yeah.
OPM, other people's money.
Yeah. So yeah, with the launch of TLG is True Life Legacy Group, by the way, which I'm a proud member of. So in our agency, TLG, we specialize in helping people get out of debt in half the time, 9 years or less to be specific. So could you please walk us through the family bank system and what we do and how we help people to get out of debt through that? And let us also know how it differs from the traditional debt management strategies that we have.
Yeah, so everything we've heard of in the marketplace is pay off your debt, right? And they tell you to make extra payment to pay the debt off and all this stuff. Don't pay minimum payment and all that, right? So what we decided to do was we saw everything everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
But I said to myself, well, if I'm making extra payment to why I want to pay off a debt, where's that extra money going to? It's not coming to me, so I'm losing control of my money. So isn't there a better way? So we designed, we put a software package together that we use to help our clients become debt free and build wealth. And then we tied it into a product that allows us to have access to the funds a lot faster.
Yeah.
So that when in fact, we're using that product as a line of credit, cash value insurance. We use it as a line of credit to pay off debt a lot faster. But we have to go talk to an insurance company that allows us the exclusivity to be able to put money in today, take money out tomorrow to pay off the debt. Instead of the traditional way that most people sell insurance and have insurance, where when you put money in insurance, you have to wait 3 years, 4 years. I don't like that. I want to be able to use it today. You know, while I'm living, not when I'm dead. So that's what we've done, and we're able to merge it into softwares that we use, and we're able to use it to scale up.
Yeah. And also, I like another factor that we do in the sense that we can actually help people to project what their future is going to look like in terms of the money that they have in their savings. Because normally when you have like your other retirement that you're using to plan for your retirement, you know, you can't even, it's still speculative in a way.
That's what it is.
Because of the market risk, you don't know
what's going to happen.
Exactly.
And most people... So here's the deal. The government, the media, the banks, and the pharmaceutical companies, 4 of them, they love each other. They're like brother, sister, cousins. They're one family. I don't care what names they all together. Why? Because their institution, their job is to use other people's money. Think about it. A pharmaceutical company, they don't print money, do they?
No.
So they got to keep you addicted to drugs, so you keep buying drugs and making them money. They're drug dealers. Legal. Everything is, when they do illegal, they're good.
Yeah, there's a documentary about it, so you're right. So
hey, listen.
Yeah.
That's one. Then the banks. Banks don't print money. They use other people's money. We go and we deposit our money freely to the bank. And the bank manager, hey, Mr. Joe, how are you? And everybody's happy. And they call, but he don't know, because all the bank is doing, you're giving the bank free money. With no credit check.
Exactly.
With no income verification. And they take your money for free and pay you 0.25% interest rate. And the bank has an agreement with the government to take your $1 and loan it to 7 to 10 different people. And make 70 to 80% interest on $1, and they pay you back 0.25%. And then you still gotta pay taxes. That's 0.25%.
That's a crime.
It's legal. It's legal.
And you can't do that.
You can't try it as a person. They'll lock you up tomorrow and throw the key away under the ground. They call it scam.
Wow. Wow, that is, we're gonna delve deeper into that maybe in our other videos, because this is definitely not the first time, because we need you, because there's a lot of brainwashing going on in the community, and a lot of people, they don't know, and we just end up throwing money away in several ways, right? So now that we're talking about the conversation on debt management and all that, so what is the biggest mistake that you see people make when trying to pay off their mortgage, their credit card and car notes and all this, and how can they avoid those kinds of mistakes?
Well, I mean, it's not a mistake in a way, because a lot of people are comfortable because they don't want the stress. It's so stressful. And because of the messaging, most people buy the house because we got to look at the history. How did you buy the house that you want to pay off, right? You're sitting down in your apartment, renting peacefully.
No problem.
With no headache.
No
You pay your
taxes.
rent every month with no stress.
Everybody's
Every
happy.
month I could pay $2,000 a month. One day you saw an ad on TV or on social media. Buy a home. Why you renting? Buy. You're like, man, you know what? It makes a good day. You want to build equity. Oh, you know what? Let me do it. And you call the realtor. Sure, you're paying $2,000? Nah, you need to buy a house. And you go commit yourself. And then you buy the house. Now you're in the house. You have a 30-year loan that you have to pay every month. At least the rent, you could move out. You could tell them, listen, you know what? I can't afford it anymore. I need to move out in 6 months. You give them time. They might penalize you, but you only pay 1 month. But now you're stuck for 30 years and you've already put down a down payment of your hard-earned savings. Because remember what you did? You saved the money and you drained the account. So it wasn't compound anymore. Now it's down to zero. And you took it and you put a down payment on a house. Now that's $50,000 sitting in the house. And now you start paying your mortgage. Now they add taxes and insurance on it. And now your mortgage is more. And then you're like, you know what? I don't want to pay the interest anymore. I want to pay this off quickly. You start making extra payment into it. Guess what you're not doing when you're making that extra payment? You're not saving money. So because you're not saving money, your savings is now zero. You're parking money in a house. Now, let's say you build up the equity in the house, you're building the equity because as you're making your payment, equity is growing, right? What if you get sick and you can't work that job anymore? Can you go to the house and get that equity out?
No.
You can't. So what we teach is a different way of paying off your house.
Yeah.
I want you to pay off your mortgage. I do. I want you to pay it off. But what if I could show you how to pay it off in less than 9 years without you spending any additional money and pay it off using somebody else's money to do it legally? Wouldn't that be a conversation you want to have?
Absolutely. I would want to have that, And also, we're having a conversation prior to recording this about America being a country of abundance, right?
Yeah.
But to actually live that abundance, you need to have the right strategies and the right information. Because I know a lot of people that are actually even scared to buy a house because of what you just said. Right? So they don't want to buy a house because they're like, okay, I'm going to have to pay all this. But they can actually, they can actually do that. If they're making money.
They could save the money.
They could save the money and
buy a house at a low price.
At a low price.
So that they could have equity when they move in.
Exactly.
And they could sell. Now, listen, people say, I want a dream house. I want my dream house. We drive around. Just wait. Just be patient. Somebody's going to lose their house. And you could turn their house to your dream house. You could turn somebody else's dream house to your dream house. Because when we drive around to go look at houses, because I used to do it, I used to drive around different neighborhoods. Wow, one day I want to be in this house.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody's in that house. So one day, my dream house that somebody else built, did all the work, became available. And I bought it and refurbished it to make it mine now. I'm going to leave. I can't take it on the ground.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I go, somebody else is going to snatch it up. Hopefully, they snatch it up from me so I could sell at a high price. Not at the low price.
Yeah.
I'm going to sell at a high price so I could make my money out of it.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, I am making money off of it because I rent stuff out.
That's good. Yeah, so you made a really good point the other time about when you buy the house, right? That what happens? And if you buy the house and God forbid you get sick, can you go to your house and get the equity, right?
Yeah.
So that's a really valid point because things like that happen in our community and society. What are some of the ways that people can protect themselves and make sure that even if that happens to them, they can be in a better position, in a better standing?
Great. So the key is having cash, having your money more. For example, if I want to write a check today and pay off my house, I can. I'm just using my cash as leverage to go make more money.
Yeah.
So you want to put yourself in a position that no matter what happens, you can make more money. Now, the bank that gave me the loan to buy the house. Guess what they made me do? They also made me put insurance, homeowners insurance on that property in case the house burns down. The question to people, for those of you watching, is how much insurance you have on you in case you burn down. Most people don't have insurance.
Yeah.
A lot of immigrants don't believe in insurance, so they don't buy it. But not realizing that you could have insurance on you protecting your value. You protected your house, you built your house, you're protecting it. You buy a car, you protect it. But what about you? You're the money machine.
Yeah.
You're the money engine for your family. You're the ATM machine for your family.
Exactly.
How much insurance you have on you? And the type of insurance you have, does it have benefits inside of it? Do you have disability income? Do you have living benefits like terminal illness, critical illness, chronic illness, in case a heart attack happens because you're eating the wrong food with all the meat, all the, all you Africans be eating meat, the goat's meat, beef. Goat meat, I hear goat meat is good though.
Oh yeah, I like it actually. I like goat meat. And we make pepper soup as well. Goat meat, pepper soup, and bread. You see that bread? Round bread. So yeah, it's really important, life insurance, and it's way more than, because a lot of people, they just feel like, oh, life insurance is just when the person dies, that's the only time. So what Uncle Dog, I like to call him Uncle Dog because, gray hair and all that. So it's like, it's more than the death benefit now. You can do a whole lot with life insurance. And if you want to have further conversations on that, you can reach out to us, on social media. He's very active on social media, by the way. I am Douglas Eze, right?
I'm Douglas Eze.
Awesome. And his videos are really nice anyway. They're going to make you want to have the good life. So make sure you check it out. So for entrepreneurs, now let's bring it home, because a lot of people here, they have their small businesses, they have all those things, and they get all those loans, this funding and all that for it. So what are some steps that business owners can actually take to ensure that they are building wealth while also growing their business and also making plans to make sure that this business actually transfers into the bigger generation, into the next generation, and they're not just having just a small mom and pop shop for the rest of their lives? How can they make it bigger and all?
Yeah, always invest in your business before you invest in somebody else's business. So I see a lot of business owners, once you make a profit, then you take your profit and you go invest in the stock market. Don't do that nonsense. Don't do that. Yeah. Business owners, don't do that. Build your foundation. Make sure you have enough insurance to protect your company. Use that insurance as your line of credit. Use that insurance as your savings for the future. Use that insurance to continue to scale your company to grow. And now, after you've done that, now we have to structure the company to make sure that you can pass it on to your children. But now, your children might not even be interested. That's another thing. Kids might not they might not be interested because they're busy doing it. The only reason they're not interested, because remember, children are human beings too.
Yeah.
The only reason they're not interested, they haven't seen the wealth yet.
In the business.
They've not seen the wealth yet. Once your wealth reaches a certain point, you don't even have to say nothing. They'll be coming to it. I'll use an example. Not the best example, but it's the best example. Trump. You all know him. You've heard him. All his children are in his business with all his divorce. All the kids hang with the father. Why? Money.
They say the money.
And they're all in the business. So when it hits $1 billion, they come. So work hard to make your business $1 billion. That's what I'm working at. That's why I wrote Preserving Generational, because some of them will be out of the wheel. They're not even going to be a part of the business.
So that's you guys definitely need to check out Mr. Dog on his socials and all that. So you've helped numerous individuals plan for retirement and also achieve financial independence in terms of business and all that. So what is your advice for people who are just beginning to think about financial freedom but are actually overwhelmed by their debt?
Yeah, get in touch with our company.
Okay.
We'll help you get out of debt in 9 years or less, including your mortgage, your student loans, your credit card, your car payment, without you spending any additional money. Get in touch with us. We'll help you do it. We can do it. It's proven. And we'll help you build wealth at the same time. So it's not just becoming debt-free. It's building wealth. And we want to educate you and teach you a different mindset you have to have, because it's going to take time to unlock the mindset. Because people, it's 20, 30 years of, brainwashing, that the media has been brainwashing, the banks have been brainwashing folks, and they've recruited people to continue to help brainwash. A lot of folks are called financial advisors, CPAs, insurance agents, lawyers. All of them are in the same category. They all have debt. So it's like the blind leading the blind. Who's helping you? So you need to deal with folks that are outside of that box, that have the clue, understand how to help you with that.
And also to make sure that you know what, because the popular question that we ask in our community is, are you sure about what your retirement is going to look like?
Are you 100% sure you're going to have a great retirement? Or do you have some doubt?
So if you have some doubts, make sure you reach out to us.
That's right.
DM us and on social group CLG. You know what I'm saying? You talked about mindset just now, and honestly, that was what I was reading, because I have my question like right in front of me. I was actually reading my next question, and he actually talks about mindset, right?
Yeah.
And it's so funny. Just look at it. It's right here. So now, when we talk about financial strategies, I know you already touched on it a little bit, right? And the mindset is really critical. So right now, like, what are some mental shifts that you feel like people who are looking to transition from living paycheck to paycheck, what are some mental shifts that you feel like they can start making right now? If just give us few, they'll reach out to us anyway.
Yeah, they should just start thinking about something else to do. Because when I started, I was waiting table, I was washing cars, and I was also delivering newspapers at night. Wow. So those three things I was working, because I needed income coming in. While I got into the financial business, well, while I was building the business, I continued doing those work because I needed money to take care of bills and stuff like that. I didn't have that much, not major expense, but just bills like everyday eating, place to stuff like that. So if you're living paycheck to paycheck, you don't have to settle for that forever. You need to start looking for a different circle of people to get your mindset right. You need to start looking for mentors that you can, and it doesn't mean go in people's DMs and be disturbing them about being your mentor, but watch videos, read books. That's what I started doing. There's a lot of successful people that I saw that I wanted to live the way they live. But I realized they wrote books and they have stuff on YouTube. So I started watching them and learning from them. And it helped my mindset shift.
That's good. So back to your book, Preserving Generational Wealth. So you really talked, even from the examples you gave in the book, you talked a lot about how you made a lot of case studies, and it was really good. And what I could see in there, for most part, is the way parents in the book were able to transfer their knowledge to their children, right? So because we just talk about generational wealth. If you have children, you cannot exclude them from that generational wealth thing, because they are your next generation. So if they don't know what you know and learn to practice what you practice, that generational wealth will stop with you. Okay? So what are some things that you feel parents can start doing right now to make sure that they start instilling all those knowledge into their children?
Get them involved in the business, in the family business. I'm not talking about the outside business. So there's two businesses. There's the family business and there's the outside family business, meaning your LLC that's outside. But your family LLC, meaning your children are employees of the family business. The husband and wife are both the president and vice president. So the children need to know how much income is coming into the family and how much expenses are going out. They need to understand that. They also need to know their role that they're playing. And then start teaching them little by little, because you're not going to force everything down their throat, because then they'll be upset and they'll run away from you. Let them come in little by little, based on your lifestyle, based on the things that is happening. They enjoy. Just bring them in gently, or else they're gonna be turned off and be like, "Nah, I'm not interested." So that's the way I see it.
And also put them in environments as well that can enhance that kind of learning. Share books with them,
they read, like my kids. They read my book. They, they're happy about it, but they're still young, and I have older ones, so I'm still watching them to see which one is gonna take over.
Of course, you have to study, because you said also in the book that children, they all have different
Everybody's different. You're different. How many people in your family?
There were 5. I'm the first.
And everybody have different personalities.
Everybody has different personalities.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, that's really good, by the way. So now we're coming to the end of the conversation,
Yes.
and I'm sure this is not so. Mr. Dog, please, I'm holding you to ransom today. You have to come back on our show and share with us, because we need the knowledge that you have, because a lot of people don't know those things, right? So before we even finish, and I actually have I have one thing I'm going to ask you again. I didn't tell you about this. This like my joker. Abi, how do they play? You know, when
Your
you're
ace
playing
card.
what? My ace card. Yeah. So I'm going to give you that later. So what is one thing that you like to tell to people who are watching this video, how to get in touch with you, how they can work with us, become a part of the agency and all that?
So yeah, definitely. Glad you asked that. So we're looking to recruit about 80,000 insurance professionals to come into the business. If you're an immigrant and you're here in America and you're serious about changing your mindset, changing your money mindset, listen, we're looking for you to come work with us. You don't have to be a CNA. You don't have to do that. You don't have to work in the prison system. You don't have to do that. You don't have to be a taxi driver. No, you don't have to do that. You can come join us at True Legacy Life Group, and let's help you learn the insurance business so you know how to protect your family in case you pass away, and then protect the people in your circle.
Yeah.
So we're looking for different immigrants from different parts of the country that look like me. Now I get it, all the other immigrants, don't be upset. It's nothing about picking sides. No, I just want to help folks that look like me, the Africans, the blacks in America, because they're in the underserved market. And then I'm going to reach out to my Latino families too. Latino folks, listen, come join us. Let's change the mindset, because there's a lot of you don't want to do the work that you're doing. Don't want to be cleaning houses, doing construction work. No, if you don't want to do it, guess what? You could get in the financial service industry, and let's help you, educate you about what we're teaching folks, because so many of you don't have a will, don't have a trust, don't have life insurance. When you die, everything goes away, goes back to the government, and you don't want that. So that's what we're doing.
That's good. Yeah. So, and also you learn how to manage your debt, and also teach that to your community as well. And I think that is really important, because we live in a country that thrives on credit, right? And that is the trap. If you don't get the right information, you'll be in that trap, that dungeon forever, and you won't be able to retire. That is why we see old folks going back to work and all that. So you don't want that for yourself. So definitely get in touch with us. So now you've been in business for so long. So what is like the best business advice you've ever gotten?
Stack your money up.
I told you. Oh, you called me. I thought you were trying to think about it. So I'm like, that is really an ace card, So give us.
Stack up your money. Save, save, save.
Yeah.
And save in cash value life insurance.
Yeah.
That's the only place you should have your savings in. Cash value life insurance. I promise you, you'll thank me later.
Okay. On that note, we're going to end the show. So thank you so much, Mr. Dog, for coming on the show today. And we hope to see you soon. And you guys, if you have any questions, feel free to leave us a comment, and we will see you in the next one. Yeah, bye.